I'm John, and in this lesson, we're going to study phrasal verb secrets. 3 meanings for the verb to make up. Max and Lauren are a couple. They recently had a fight. Lauren, I've been thinking a lot about our argument yesterday. I just wanted to say sorry. I want to apologize too, Max. I felt really bad for some of the things I said. We shouldn't let an argument come between us. We've been together for too long. You're right. I'm so glad we can have this conversation. This is why I like you so much. Me too. I feel the same way. It's so important to make up, and we always do. Come here and give me a big hug. Quiz time! What does to make up mean? To invent a story? To apply cosmetics? To forgive someone after an argument? To create something? Please pause the video and answer the question. That's right, it's C. To forgive someone after an argument. Phrasal verb secrets. Make up is a phrasal verb that can have many different meanings. It's important to memorize how to use them. My wife loves to put on makeup when we go out. This is different than the verb. It's more common in English to use put on or wear makeup instead of make up her face. This is about cosmetics and looking good. Is that a real story or did you make it up? This meaning is about creating or inventing an imaginary story. I'm sorry. Now let's kiss and make up. This is the same context from our dialogue. Forgiving something after an argument in a relationship. Quiz time! What does make up mean in each situation? Create an imaginary story or forgive someone after an argument. She made up a fairy tale to tell her younger sibling. That's right, it's an imaginary story. A fairy tale is a story that someone makes up. Fairies are made up creatures. They don't exist. He made up an excuse about the traffic being bad. That's right, it's an imaginary story. Just like making up a fake story, we can also make up fake excuses to avoid situations. They had a heart-to-heart talk and finally made up. That's right, it's forgiving after an argument. A heart-to-heart talk is similar to face-to-face, but more honest. They did this after their argument and now they're together again. After a week of not talking, the couple finally made up. That's right, it's forgiving after an argument. In this context, we have a couple who had a fight or argument. They finally forgave each other after a week. They made up and started fresh. That's right, it's forgiving after an argument. We don't have much context here, except for started fresh, which means restart something. We can imagine that this is a relationship. For her creative writing assignment, she made up 3 unique characters. That's right, it's an imaginary story. We can also make up things. Another translation is invent in our mind. And here, this girl invented imaginary characters. They promised to communicate better and make up. That's right, it's forgiving after an argument. Our first clue is the word they, which shows they're in a relationship. Communicating better is also mentioned, which tells us that they forgave each other. More examples. Write it in the comments. An imaginary story or forgiving after an argument. She believed him, but he actually made the whole thing up. They had a fight, but made up quickly. It took a while for them to make up. It took a while for him to make up an excuse for why he didn't have his homework. He brought her flowers and hoped to make up. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, consider joining the channel and becoming an English fan or English explorer. Remember, quiz questions are in the community section. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you in the next lesson.